Another day, another season of Big Mouth, meaning another 3.5 hours of my life wasted just to see if a horrible show known for pushing the boundaries of disgusting and vile can push it any further. And time again, I'm shown that it can. So with the 4th season done and dusted, I know everyone in the world is asking what me personally, thought of it. So without further ado, let's dive right in and get this over with. Now, this may come as a shock to some of you, but there were a few things about this season I liked. It's not a lot, but it's there. First thing I liked was the character development. At the beginning of the season, almost every main character is near insufferable. They're jerks, and you'll wonder how they were even friends with each other in the first place. But towards the end, they all figure their stuff out and become half-decent characters, so it was pretty nice to see, and know that my time wasn't completely wasted. Another aspect of the season I liked the subplot of Matthew coming out to his parents, mainly due to how grounded it felt, and there was a sense of realism when it came to those scenes. It also helps that Matthew is written like a real person. It's not something I can relate to, but I've heard of how hard and scary it can be to come out to your parents, and you can tell the creators understood that, so they treated those scenes with genuine respect, which I can respect in return. Just like the other seasons, there are a few jokes I found genuinely funny, laugh out loud funny at that, and to no one's surprise, they weren't jokes about a character saying the raunchiest thing ever. They were actual structured jokes with good delivery. They were few and far between, but they were nice to see. Okay, enough giving this dumpster fire credit. I'm gonna tear it to shreds now. It's so gross. It's so gross. I understand that's the point of the whole show, but you know what? It's a horrible point. This is something that a group of preteens would make, not full-grown adults. Anytime a character talks about sex or some other bodily function, it's done in the worst way possible. Jesse's on her period? Cool, we'll have the pad she uses soak up an entire lake. Andrew can't go to the bathroom? That's neato. Make his crowning turd a character, complete with close-ups. This show uses raunchy humor like it's going out of style, and it completely oversaturates it in the process. I'm of the opinion that you can do potty humor in extremely short bursts, but Big Mouth has it for about 90% of its humor, and there's only so many times you can hear it before you just become desensitized to it, and it's not funny anymore. It's all pretty needless too. The raunchy humor is essentially how cutaways are in Family Guy, in the sense that they add nothing to the story and solely exist to seemingly distract the viewer. For example, there's one line where the depression cat said something about having cheese, but she's lactose intolerant, so it'll make her fart stink. She says this while waving her butthole in the air. There was no reason to have that. It was solely done for the purpose of just having a joke. It was so bad I let out an irritated groan that caused my dog to get up and try to comfort me because he thought something was wrong. The humor taking up so much of the season is such a shame because I will admit there is some semblance of a decent story. It's just buried under all this garbage. There's a running theme of suffering from anxiety and how much it can control and destroy your life, and they do a decent job of portraying that and how hopeless it can feel when dealing with it, but it's buried under all this garbage that it becomes near impossible to appreciate those few moments of actually decent storytelling. Watching this season, and the rest of the show for that matter, is the equivalent of watching a decent show like Gumball or something, but the whole time there's a kid throwing up right in front of the TV, a couple having hardcore sex next to you, a group of people masturbating behind you, all while the noise of a fart just constantly permeates throughout the room. It's not fun, and I want my time back. In conclusion, Big Mouth Season 4 was somehow exactly what I expected and completely surprising. The humor is just as bad as always, even worse in some cases, but the actual story this season had to tell was pretty decent. However, the god-awful humor floods the show, destroying any credibility it could have and completely drowns out those decent story elements, preventing you from fully enjoying them. And that is why Big Mouth Season 4 is the same garbage as usual. And with that all said, I'm Easily Easy, and I'll see you next time.